Hello everyone and welcome back to Make Your Mind. It's been a little while since I have done one of these videos, but this is another Hollow Knight based sculpture showcase, and this one is a special one in particular because this is a boss, and this has to be the mother of all bosses in the entire game. This is the creature that is actually responsible for all of the ill wills going on in the realm of Hallownest. And before I start, this is actually going to be a 2 sculpture video, and I'm going to make it a little bit longer. But the first sculpture that I'm going to do is not actually of the boss I was talking about, but actually of the leader of Hallownest. Of course, spoiler alert, the leader is no longer alive. But he is Hornet's father, and he is the descendant of the Wyrm that were the powerful creatures that in fact created Hallownest. And that character is this one right here. The Pale King. Check it out. Walks in these long robes with this huge crest of a head. A creature to be worshipped, and one who loved all of those who worshipped him. But the Pale King is responsible for all of the vessels, including the White Lady. Actually, well, the White Lady is also partially responsible, but the Pale King is the one who actually initially wanted to create the vessels in order to contain the Radiance infection. And I guess you could say he failed at first, but then finally succeeded once the Lord of Shade was finally unleashed with the vessel that is the player. But in order for the Lord of Shade to actually be released, you have to fight another boss. And that will be the main premise of this video. The boss is the most powerful boss in the entire game, and it is in fact considered by many in Hallownest a god itself. It is the creator of the infection that has taken so many minds and has caused so much turmoil. And that creature is the Radiance. Check that out. This is such a cool looking sculpt I did. Now, normally the colors that they would use for the Radiance, I used a lot more white and I used yellow. But man, what a cool looking boss. And this thing is huge, by the way. And when you're fighting this, it's floating in the background. And she is throwing everything at you. This is one of the most powerful beings in all of Hollow Knight, in all of the entire Hollow Knight universe. She has these 3 spikes that is her crown. She has these massive wings that radiate her energy and her power. She has the legs down here that she keeps folded up because she never uses them. She flies around everywhere, and she is so powerful that she has the ability to control minds. She essentially is the sun itself. When you fight the boss, when you use the Dream Nail on the Hollow Knight to meet the Radiance in person, when you challenge the Radiance, the sun behind you actually flips its wings up and becomes the Radiance. A truly remarkable being, and in many respects a god within Hallownest. But it is eventually taken down, although may not be considered the actual canon ending. But I would like to think so. There it is. I have the Pale King and the Radiance. These two have been at war with each other for as long as Hallownest has been around, because as long as the Radiance, normally she had her moth tribe actually worshipping her, and many bugs in Hallownest started to worship her, and Pale King wanted that worship for himself. For he was a forgiving being, whereas the Radiance was not. The Radiance was all about power and control. That's why she became so powerful. She had the ability to reanimate the dead. She had the ability to control every mind that didn't resist her. And it took a lot of effort, and it takes a lot of effort for most players of this game to actually take down the Radiance. For she is the toughest boss in the entire game, and in the Pantheon, the final Pantheon of Hallownest, she is the final boss, the Absolute Radiance, which is even tougher than before. But she's the reason why Hallownest is in such turmoil, because she is the reason for the infection, because no one would worship her, and her power became so great that she eventually broke out of the Hollow Knight and started infecting the bugs of Hallownest that didn't know any better. But with that, that's the end of the video. So I have the Radiance and the Pale King. Two very pivotal characters into this realm of Hollow Knight, and also with the story. I also like to say I like the way I did the Pale King here. I have his eyes there, the little nodules right there with his crown, and then I took his cloak and I took some light gray and some white and kind of swirled it together to make that iridescence, and sort of kept it that way. I just thought that was a really cool look. But once again, thank you so much for watching. If you want to see more of these videos, don't forget to leave a like down below, and also subscribe and hit the bell for notifications, so you never miss the next sculpture video. Check that out, man. That Radiance, man, that is both a intimidating but also a very beautiful character. I can see why she was worshipped. It's just too bad that she was more into power and absolute control than she was actually about giving what her subjects wanted, which the Pale King gave his subjects intelligence and technology. He basically created Hallownest and gave everyone the inspiration to be better bugs and to be smarter. It's a shame, really, because the Radiance could have been quite a powerful god, but she was taken over even by her own power. So once again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next Hollow Knight Sculpture Showcase.